Mrs. Peters, the crazy cat lady of Hiram High School. Today, we're going to talk about adding and subtracting rational expressions. Now, guys, that's just like adding and subtracting fractions, but the calculator isn't going to help us any more than just adding regular numbers. So, let's look at an example. Okay, now, this one is where our denominators are alike. Okay, and that's really nice because that means we can rewrite the numerators all over the denominators. And note, I put parentheses around my numerator again. All right, now I'm going to remove the parentheses and I'm going to collect like terms. These are my like terms. Okay, I'm going to simplify the numerator and I get 6x minus 4. Now I want to go ahead and factor the numerator. All right, if I factor the numerator, I get 2 times 3x minus 2. Now what I want to notice is that it does not have a common factor with the denominator. So this answer is in simplest form because there are no common factors between the numerator and the denominator. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I'm going to rewrite the numerators over the denominators, again using parentheses. I'm going to get rid of the parentheses. Okay. I'm going to simplify my numerator. And this time, I want y'all to note that 3 times 4 is my factored form of my numerator, and it does have a common factor with the denominator, and that would be 3, leaving me with 4 in the numerator and x plus 8 in the denominator. And this is really great when they're already factored for us. But what happens when I have one that doesn't have factored denominator? Follow the same rule, okay? Making sure you put parentheses around the numerators when you rewrite, because this one's a subtraction problem. And when you use a subtraction problem, you got to be careful about distributing that negative sign in. And this is where I did it. Now we'll collect like terms. And after I collect like terms, I'm going to simplify my numerator. Check to see if my answer simplifies. I need to factor my denominator in this case. My denominator would be x minus 2, x plus 2. And I might notice that x plus 2 is a common factor in the numerator and the denominator. All right, now let's look at what happens when we have unlike denominators. Okay, so in this case, you have to find the least common denominator, and that you do by factoring. So if I factored this one, it would be 5 times x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, least common denominator is going to be n plus 5, 5, x minus 2, x plus 2. The new numerator for this particular problem is going to be 4n times all of this. And the new numerator over here is 5n times n plus 5. Make very careful that you attach that negative to your numerator here. Okay, make sure you do that. And then everything is going to be underneath my greatest common, or my LCD, my least common denominator, which will be here. Okay, so I've got it rewritten now. I need to do some multiplication in here. And when I do that, I get, let's see, 20n cubed minus 105n minus 5n squared all over my least common denominator. Okay, I need to factor my numerator. All right, now I want you to notice my numerator has a common factor. Has a common factor of 5n, so that when I do this, let's see, I get 4n squared minus n minus 21 all over my least common denominator. Oops. And now I can cancel out my common factor, this one and this one. Not the n, that's the 5 are being canceled out. So my final answer for this particular problem is going to be n times 4n squared minus n minus 21 all over n minus 5, n minus 2, and I don't know where I got the x's from, guys. They should all be n's plus 4. All these should be n's. Sorry about that. I just have a handy habit of writing x when I sometimes mean a different variable. Okay, so those should all be n's. Now, let's look at one more problem. This is one I made up. So we have 5 over x squared minus 4 subtract 4 over x squared plus x minus 6. Right? Same thing. Got to factor my numerator, got to factor my denominator. So this is x minus 2, x plus 2. This one over here is x minus 2, x plus 3. My common denominator, my LCD in this case, is x minus 2, x plus 2, and x plus 3. All right, now, what is it that I've got to multiply the 5 by? Well, the 5 is going to be multiplied by x plus 3. The 4 is going to be multiplied by x plus 2. And all of that is all over my least common denominator. Let's get rid of the words LCD. I don't need those here. Okay, I'm going to simplify my numerator. So I have 5x plus 15 minus 4x minus 8. So this, again, is all over my least common denominator. Simplify, keep simplifying that numerator until it is completely down. You have no addition left. So this is x plus 7 over my least common denominator. And I want you to notice they have no common factors between the numerator and the denominator, so my problem's done. If you have any questions, just write them down on a piece of paper, bring them to the tutor in your class, and I'll be happy to answer them. You have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.